So I can see why some people become entertainers. That rush. Now it was just for me. It was like 2, 3 people, but it was amazing. It was amazing. So I just got back from Dollar General. It's almost 9:30 at night, and it's like 90 degrees still. I went out. I was like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. You know, actually, I went out. It was like 8:30. I was like, it's getting dark. The sun's not really blazing down anymore. It should be fine. No, it's fucking hot. It's hot. But I get to Dollar General. I get my stuff done. I had to just some food items. But I'm standing in line, and the woman there, she's talking with the cashier, saying how the town is not the town I live in, but the other one is how somehow it's like number 3 on state's most dangerous or something. I didn't hear the whole conversation. I just heard something with opioids, and so I mean I really wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. And so I came in with the Trump impression, and I said, There's a very good reason behind all of this. I know exactly who's behind this." And this part's amazing. Uh, he was fairly young, probably around my age or maybe younger. But this black guy comes running up, and he's like, "Did I just hear Trump?" So I hit him with the "Yes, you did, sir." And I have to say, I love all of you. Very fine people on both sides. I love all of you, despite what the other side says. I love you. You're beautiful people. And I looked at the cashier. Look at her. She's beautiful. She's doing her job. Stand-up job. Um, and of course, I did it in the voice. But honestly, you don't even need to do the voice. You don't. You could do a half-ass impression. You just gotta do this. If you're at a desk or a counter, he stands there like this. He does a lot of that. Sometimes he'll do in the front. Sometimes he pulls it back. Sometimes he keeps it right here. Sometimes he has his fingers together, but sometimes they're like this. And he does a lot of, kind of like the breathing in the air, like breathing the air between the clenched teeth. He does, gotta say, but I did that, and they loved it. And then as I'm doing it, this other black guy walks in. And when you're doing this impression, you don't know how people are going to react, because even an impression of the guy sets people off. That's how fucking sensitive people are now. Is that even an impression of the guy? You wear his merchandise, you even bring up the guy's name, and they flip their shit. So me doing this, I mean, it's North Carolina. It's red for the most part. So you don't, but I have seen very, 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 very few of them around here. Some like BLM flags and Biden flags, but very far and few. So it's generally a red area. But this other black guy comes in, and he hears it, and he starts smiling. He doesn't say anything. He just smiles. And they were like, "That was really, really good." I was back there. I thought it was Trump. And I told him how it just kind of started when I was working at Burger King, how it started as Godfather, how I said something like, "I'm going to make them a burger they can't refuse," or something like that. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, it sounds like Trump." And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Listen to Marlon Brando when he talks in that movie, and then listen to Trump. Sound nothing alike. The cashier was like, "Yeah, they sound nothing alike." But they were like, "So what would Mr. Trump say about these burgers?" And then I said, "Some of the best burgers. I've had a lot of burgers in my life. A lot of burgers. Preferably, I prefer to go to Wendy's, superior burger above all the others. But I love the burgers here. They're so good." And I'm sure a lot of you are like, "Wow, John, you weren't even doing the voice," and I was convinced that Donald Trump was standing right in front of me, and it was so good I wanted to smack him. I wanted to smack him. But yeah, that's kind of how it started out, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, John, what would a mix of Trump and Kermit the Frog sound like?" So I'm sitting there doing like the Trump voice, saying Trump, and then switching to Kermit's voice, saying Kermit in his voice, and I'm like, Bobcat Goldthwait? I don't know. I don't know. What would he sound like? What would a mixture of Trump and Kermit the Frog sound like? You know, just because I do voices doesn't mean I'm just some kind of a magical fusion machine. You know, it would probably sound like Kermit, with just, just talking more like this, and that bit of the rasp that Trump has. Because Kermit, he's sort of nice and through like that, but then Trump has the kind of the rasp in his voice, and sometimes he trails off. He trails off right there at the end. So you just combine those two, and you Jean ha, and then you get whatever it is. But and then the cashier, as she's printing out the receipt, she was like, "Would you do you want your receipt, sir? I mean, Mr. Trump?" And then as I'm walking out, I'm like, "No, that's fine, but you don't need to call me Mister. You can call me Daddy." And of course, she busted out laughing with that. So how was your guys' night? Um, but yeah, I understand why people become entertainers, because just the 2 3 people that were listening, and the rush that you get from them listening and knowing that they're enjoying it. Again, I don't even have to do the voice. You don't even have to do the voice. You don't have to do any voice perfectly. Again, he's a very, very physical person. A lot of hand motions, a lot of, subtle little mouth actions and stuff like that. So as long as you can get that stuff down, and you can do it well enough, and people believe that you can do it, you can convince anyone. Really, you can convince anyone. But that's how I spent my last what did I say, almost hour. Was I really down there that long? Must have been. I think I left at like 8:40. Well, let's see, like 8:45. I left. It only takes like 5 minutes or so to walk down there, and I just got back not too long ago. So, yeah, wow. I didn't even get that much. Didn't even get that much, and I was down there for like an hour, it seems. Stay hydrated, kids. No, seriously. Even now, it's 9 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night, and it's blazing hot out. So stay hydrated. Keep everyone hydrated. Keep your outside babies hydrated. Keep your inside babies hydrated. Keep your flowers hydrated. Especially right now for us, we don't really have much rain. Keep everyone hydrated. Take care of yourself and each other. Um, Jerry Springer. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to continue on for too long, because it's just an impression. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the humble beginnings of it, and go into full depth. But it was cool. You know, I got a lot of that when I was at SeaWorld. When I do impressions of people, and there was people walking by, like, SeaWorld, thousands of people a day, hundreds of people just walking by the area. So it was more of a broad stage. It was like I was performing, because you're trying to entertain kids. So the fact that, so I can see the appeal. Would I ever do it? No. No. Fame just isn't worth it. Not worth it. You see what you become when you get famous. Not worth it. But anyway, yeah, let me know how everyone else is. Let me know how hot it is in your area. If you're over there in the good old UK or Australia, I feel sorry for you. But I know I have a lot of viewers in Australia, a lot of European viewers. So what's it like over there? And if you're in the good old USFA or Canada, let me know. How are you surviving this summer? But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. You guys know it. You know it. You love it. You love to do it. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you are gonna say, John, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.